everyone, my name is Pyjama Gamer and welcome back to another video. I'm really excited about this one because I have seen through various online type things, because I was looking for a game catcher for my PS4 because it's my birthday coming up soon, and I thought, well, I can't afford it, so I'll ask for one for Christmas. I'll ask for one for my birthday. And as I was scrolling through, it said, oh, you can upload your video, your gameplay straight onto Facebook or YouTube. So I got really excited because even though it seems like a long-winded way of shooting something, putting it up on Facebook, downloading it from Facebook onto my laptop in order to edit it with this, it's going to be a lot easier and a lot cheaper for me to be able to do it, and that money can go towards buying a house or getting things for my house. So I'm really excited. Plus the fact, up until now, I've just kind of resolved myself to the fact that I'd only be able to upload videos from my laptop and my phone. So being able to do things on the PS4, because there are some amazing games on there, I'm really excited. So I had a long debate about what video I was going to do first, and I decided that the first one that I would do, as kind of like a tester just to make sure it works, is the introduction to Final Fantasy Zero. I know Final Fantasy Zero has kind of caused a bit of a few issues. I know for me it's been drastically different because due to console issues and the fact that my husband had a PS2, I didn't really have any capabilities of playing anything past a certain game. We played the games up until Final Fantasy X, and then since 10 to now we've not played any. I know that's really awful and I'm a massive Final Fantasy fan, but obviously we couldn't afford to go out and buy a console to play it on, so we just kind of resolved and just kept playing, particularly 7, 8 and 10 because they're our favourites. And I think my husband's got Final Fantasy X Part 2, I'm not 100% sure. So obviously when we bought the PS4, one of the first games that we brought was Final Fantasy Zero, but we just decided to play Lego because it was quicker and easier and we could both play it, and it kind of got shoved to the background. But recently, because I'm on my 2 weeks holiday now, I thought, you know what, I'm going to get it out, I'm going to start playing it. And oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It is a really stunning game. In fact, I often find myself just stop and not playing. So if I ever get around to doing the walkthroughs where I am currently where I am in the game, you'll see that I've been on for ages because I'm just sat there staring at the scenery, just the detail, and I just sat there and think, wow, I am completely impressed. I get where some of the issues come from it, and I do have my own issues with it. For instance, some of the characters are completely useless. It gets to the point now where if it's like sacrifice somebody to somebody, I'll be like him, her, him and her. Just take them, get them out my party, they are useless. And some of you will probably know who I mean. Flute Girl, I'm looking at you, but I'm going to hold on to that till next time. And obviously there's a lot of characters, so being able to level them all up can be a bit of an issue, but they get around it another way. So and also as well, it feels a lot less like the RPG type of game, in the sense that olden style Final Fantasies, for those of you who don't know, you would have your characters lined up one side, you'd have your enemies lined up on the other side, and you'd have a little bar, and the bar would go across, and as soon as it hit one point it would do a little, you'd be able to attack it, or you'd be able to run or use an item or something. So it was very much a strategy based aspect to it. So you would have one person healing 2 other people, and you could really kind of work it that way. But it did mean, however, on the flip side, that as soon as your character had attacked, you were basically just waiting to get hit back. Now, for me, it kind of feels more like I don't quite know how to describe it, kind of more like a slasher hit. Now, a battle starts in an area and you can just go up to one of your enemies and just slash them until they die, or magic them until they die. Which is good in the sense that you kind of take less damage because you can really get in there and kill them before they do anything to you, but at the same time you lose the strategy aspect of it. So it swings and roundabouts. At the moment I've kind of gotten used to it, so it's not bothered me as much. I think because particularly I play a lot of games that's like that, and I can see why they've changed it, because, you know, they need to still sell it, and if that kind of game is more popular, they don't want to make something too out of the way, because obviously Final Fantasy does have a reputation to uphold. It's a very interesting story. There are 4 crystals, and each crystal has its own kind of like country around it. It kind of has the same vibe to it as Avatar: The Last Aang, the anime, in the sense that you've got 4 areas and the 4 crystals, and each crystal bestows certain properties to the people who follow it. And the Vermilion Bird, which is the people that you kind of play the most, they have the ability to use magic because of their crystal. Now one day, one of the crystals, one of the people from the White Tiger Crystal, which is the White Tiger Crystal, which is kind of like the Fire Nation from Avatar, the Yang one, they decide that they're going to declare war on everybody else, and the first place that they hit is the area where your characters are based. And it's basically, at the moment, I'm still very much into the war aspect of it, where you're trying to take your area back and all kinds of stuff happens, but I'm going to leave that until the video. The introduction is about 6.5 minutes long, and it is, you kind of get a feel for it, but on the flips, so it's absolutely beautiful to look at. But on the negative side, it happens every time you load the console up. So every time you go into that game, you don't have to watch it, you can skip it, but you're still faced with it. You're just like, oh, I just want to get into the game and just do whatever I need to do. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm really looking forward to getting a bit more up. I might have to start it again, because I thought the introduction went a bit longer, and you meet 2 characters for a little while, but that bit's not part of it. So I decided what I would do is I would upload the intro and this bit just kind of like as an introduction, and then I will go on to some of the gameplay maybe either tomorrow or some point next week.
Since the dawn of eternity, 4 lights of hope have shone upon the world. Men flock to these lights, around which they build 4 peristylia. Each peristylium becomes their faith and society, the path upon which they are set. The Vermilion Bird, wings of fire to lift the heart. The White Tiger, steely arms by which to seize knowledge. The Azure Dragon, unclouded eyes that see all beneath the sky. The Black Tortoise, a rigid shield and a well-guarded blade. But when 9 and 9 meet 9, Tempest Finis shall be willed upon them. For without the Agita, their world, called Orience, must persist in its spiral.
In this time of absolute darkness, we must unite to bring forth the light of hope. The time has come. Yes. This is the dawn of a new age!
And so the Milites Empire, home to the White Peristylium, invaded the neighboring dominion of Rubrum. As soon as the declaration of war was made, the Militesi main fleet swarmed into all corners of Rubrum. At the same time, a separate fleet was charged with a sneak attack on the Vermilion Peristilium. A lessee accompanied this task force. Using a lessee to invade a sovereign state was a direct violation of the Pax Codex, a treaty created by all 4 crystal states of Orients. The besieged Peristilium attempted to repel Milites's Magitech armors with powerful magic. Not even the mighty warships could withstand the awesome power of the summoned Eidolons. It seemed that the Militesi offensive would fail. However, the lessee Kunmi led a special unit past Rubrum's defenses and activated a new weapon, the Crystal Jammer, neutralizing the power of the Vermilion Bird Crystal. Severed from the source of their magical powers, the Rubrum forces were quickly overwhelmed and overrun. Imperial Marshal Sid Olstein demanded of Chancellor Kalia Cheval VI, the leader of Rubrum, that he surrender and transfer the Vermilion Bird Crystal to Militesi control.
Your crystal cannot protect you. Resistance is no longer an option. You have 6 hours. You must comply with our demands, or face the full might of our forces. In which case, I promise you, the roads of Rubrum will run red with the blood of her people.
May the crystal guide them to salvation.
When 9 and 9 meet 9, the depths of reason shall stir. When the seal of creation is broken, a voice like thunder shall sound, and thou shalt know. We have arrived.
Video. If you did, hit like and subscribe. It means the world to me and lets me know that you guys are really enjoying it. If you've got any comments about your feelings about Final Fantasy Zero, whether you want to compare it to some of the older ones or what you hope the newer ones will take lessons that it will give to the newer ones, let me know in the comments, because it's really interesting to hear what you guys think, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!